bara jävla rörknamme typ. Och satt 2 fästen. Och så har de satt en som, det är bara en kloss som går in och stoppar så inte den kan gå liksom bli sidled. Så då har du typ helt och hållet eliminerat det här fästet. Vilket gör att du kan beställa som ett CNC-fäst faktiskt. Så har de 4 hål. Så du kan både köra höger eller vänsterstyr.
Jag kan passa mot alla.
Istället då för att har du sett det?
For about 2 weeks ago, we did make a little trip down to a friend of mine, which competed with me in Riksmästerskapet 2018. Niklas Andersson. He sold off his Jerico 4-speed gearbox, which he just tried out after he bought it, but yeah, he took the decision to not use it because the gear ratios was off. Really off for that ratio that he had in the differential. And since we are gonna run, this Masters, we needed something stronger, something that we can really, trust that it will hold up better than the 6-speed gearbox that we used until now. And these gearboxes are all, it's an old-style gearbox, but it's 4-speed, interchangeable gear sets, it's a dog box, and it's straight cut gears. So everything is, it's made for racing. They have developed these gearboxes, for like 40 years. And it was the right price, the right time for me, because I don't want to spend too much money now when we're gonna run Drift Masters, but then this came up and just bought it from him. And it's, like I said, it's just because you can change gear ratios, it's a stronger gearbox overall. You can have a slip joke prop shaft, which I have at home. I will have to shorten it, but I have all the parts to actually make this really good, so that's why we did it. So yeah.
Drevsatser och en axel. Yes. Skitbra. Mycket bra. Jag upp den här lådan.
Nere 3 men varför är det här är 998 och det där är 499. Men fortfarande så det där är 26-22. Okej, då är jag med.
Vad heter det? Ja, för det är bara, så länge den spinen passar på den där hylsan och är lika bredd och alltihop, då funkar det.
Ja, för att det kommer, det är ju lika bredd. Ja.
Mycket bra.
Ska du ta... Skulle du ha haft en ny sån här då?
Ja,
för att den här är ju fast. Och då finns det olika drev på den fasta axeln.
Ja, precis. Ja. Och det är det, ni har ju massa drev, det står 34 och grejer.
Då går vi och kollar.
Men då hade jag gärna, för...
Vad var det för drev på den där?
18.
18. Och du vill ha?
33, 17 eller 34, 16 eller någonting. Som man drevar ner.
För att du har den här va? Det här är ju...
Ja, det där är 33an.
Ja.
Men jag vet vad du menar, det motsvarande det här, 32. Det finns ju 18 och 19.
Ja, precis.
Men det är ju 18 eftersom det står 18 där.
Ja.
Men jag skulle ha haft 33, 17. Eller 34, 16.
Vi går och tittar om det finns någonting. Vad hade du då? Fikarummet.
Vad hade de för, vad är det här då? 27, 21. Tvåorna 27, 21. Vad är det? Oj. Var det 24, 25 då? Det är en överväxel.
33-17.
Yeah. So now we're on our way back home from Bakaxeldelar. We have. I have been calculated on the gear ratios for the new gearbox, which with the drop gear that I put in now, instead of 24-24 to give like 1-to-1 ratio on all the gears, we put the drop gear down, so we lower the whole gear ratio on each gear to 21-28. Gives us a little bit clutch friendly gear ratio on all gears, so either way, I bought the 28-21 gear set for the input from Bakaxeldelar, which fitted, but they don't really know by looking at the gears which will, you know, fit to which gearbox, because the Mid-Valley and G-Force and Jerico are quite, yeah, kind of the same, but not really the same. So that's why we took the decision today to go there and just to compare the gear sets with each other, which was good because the one that I wanted to have first was a narrow gear, and it means that it's like the half of the width of the current gears that I have now, so it's weaker. Anyway, we have also thought about, you know, since we have this Jerico 4-speed dog box with straight cut gears now, we only have one, and I kind of love this, you know, calculating on gear ratios and testing, and I haven't even really driven the car yet, but I have already, you know, changed gear ratios and stuff due to the fact that you have a lot of good programs on the web that can, you know, you're just putting in the numbers and then you can see the gear, the RPM drop on each gear and everything, and I could clearly see that if we would have stuck with just dropping the input gear, then we would have had a drop between first and second gear on 1750 RPM. Compared to second to third, we would only have a drop in RPM on like 900 RPM, and then from third to fourth, which is 1-to-1 on fourth, then we would have had a RPM drop on like 2,500 RPM, which, yeah, it's kind of fucked up. So that's why I have put a lot of time on this to calculate, and also seeing what kind of gears they have on Bakaxeldelar, because they have like, you know, bought a huge stock of used gear sets for a lot of gearboxes probably. Sells them for pretty good price too, and yeah, then you need to, they don't have every gear set, but they have some gear sets that can work if you have the right input set and stuff like that. And luckily they had a 24-24 for third gear too, which would equal all the gears in RPM drop. So then we had 1750 on first to second, second to third, third to fourth, which was good. But also we bought a cluster for the first gear, which dropped the first gear just a little bit in RPM, because since we're gonna go out in Europe now and drive, and we don't have a spare gearbox like we had before, then I think it's a good idea to have one gear set for each gear. So if we break one of them, we can always interchange them, so we can drive again. Because I'm thinking about, like, if we are gonna go to Ireland, which we are planning right now to not leave the UK island at all. I know that Ireland doesn't belong to the UK, but it's still there out in the sea. But then I have a friend in Scotland that have a friend that can lend us some space for our trailer and van, so we can fly back home from Edinburgh and then go back to Edinburgh and then go down to Stockton-on-Tees, because it's closer. and it's cheaper to go from Örebro to Skavsta than compared to Stansted. So that will cause us a problem if we break like a cluster, which is pretty. The cluster is really important gear also, because the first gear is like integrated with the whole cluster. And if you break first gear, then the whole cluster needs to change. So that's why we want the spare one, and we want the spare gears. So if we break anything, we can still be competitive enough so we can change it in between rounds. Or if we have time during one round, then we will do it. But yeah, so that's the whole idea with this. And we will keep uploading when we have gotten the gearbox fitted with everything, because we're gonna do a test drive when everything is finished. It's not a lot of time, but we will do our best to make all the upgrades and even try to drive the car and see how it feels with the new gearbox and the new tires and stuff. So yeah, we'll keep you updated and posted, so see you soon.